Hello hunters, and welcome once again to Prechievement Hunting. This is a very special episode as this is our first episode by request, and we're tackling the big name action RPG, The Legend of Zelda. I didn't play this one as a kid. I never actually got an opportunity to have it. The first Zelda I played was Link to the Past on the Super NES, which I didn't even own. But I went back as a teenager and enjoyed this one just like every other one. And it's a great game. You all should give it a play. And we're jumping right into this one, and we're going to try something new this time. We're going to go into a little more depth about how to do these, because that was also requested in the comments. 10 points. Make a note in the log. Utilize the secret save screen. This is something that doesn't really exist anymore, but back in the day, lots of games didn't allow you to save just in the normal game. This one requires 2 controllers, unless of course you're playing on a virtual console where they edited it. In the second controller, once you're in the status menu, you have to press up and A, and it brings up the save menu. 15 points. No need for locksmiths. Complete the game without buying any keys. This was another thing that doesn't exist much anymore, is that if you were stuck in a spot in the game, you could actually go to a merchant and buy extra keys to finish a dungeon. Doesn't really happen anymore because Zeldas are kind of built with a specific puzzle-solving system in mind nowadays. But in this game, it was actually a bonus feat to actually complete it without having to use any extra keys. So that's why it's on here today. 20 points. Once more with feeling. Complete the second quest. For people who don't play games second times through, probably never saw things like this. Second quest was a completely different version of the game, where the mechanics are the same, but the shapes of the dungeons and the difficulty is vastly upped. Now, normally to get the second quest, you have to beat the game once all the way through first. But if you used Zelda, Z-E-L-D-A, all caps, you could actually access the second quest instantaneously. 25 points. You forgot something. Face the final boss without a sword. Now, you can actually beat the game doing this, but you can actually get through the entire game without picking up the sword. Unlike modern games where you kind of have to go through a certain system and you have to pick certain things up and you have to go this way, Zelda was completely non-linear. So you could actually completely skip the cave where they have the famous quote, "It's dangerous to go alone, take this." You didn't really have to take it if you didn't want to. You could go through the entire game without a sword. Now, you couldn't win the game without the sword, but you could get to the boss. And that's what this challenge is all about. And finally, 30 points. The Gladiator. Complete the game with only 3 hearts. This is something that happens in almost every Zelda game. The big challenge, the 3-heart challenge. See how well you can handle the game without picking up any heart pieces and playing the game as pretty much a weakling. I haven't completed it in the original. The only game I've completed it in is Ocarina of Time, because I played that one through many times. But complete it here. Give it a shot. As always, enjoy, have fun. And if you have suggestions for Prechievements or games you wish to see on Prechievement Hunting, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting!